So here we are. Now this is the dogbane cordage, and I'm gonna find the middle of it. Roughly this is the middle. I have two ends. Here's the middle. And now I'm going to show you the reverse wrap method. So I'm going to start by twisting this. I'm going to roll it between my fingers and twist it. And I'm holding it tightly with this hand, and with my right hand I'm twisting it. You can do it with the other way around if you want, but I'm going to get it so tight that it's hard to even get it any tighter. And right at that point when I almost can't get it any tighter, I'm going to push it together. And what you'll see is that it actually comes together it comes together on its own. It kind of twists around itself and creates this very beginnings of my cord. So now I've got the two ends hanging down here, and I've got this middle point that's kind of come together. So practice that. You just tighten it. I can undo it and pull it apart, get it really, really tight, and then just bring it together, and it kind of twists around itself. And there's my beginning. That's the very beginning of my cordage. So now, alright, got a little more light here. Maybe that'll help. So as you can see, I've got it started. I've got my two ends here. Now I'm going to take this, and in the same direction that I was already twisting it, and you can see that when you're looking at your cordage, you can see, oh yeah, I've already twisted it that way. So I'm twisting it some more, getting it nice and tight. Then I'm coming over to the other one, doing the same thing, and I have to keep them separated. So I'm using my fingers to keep these two strings separated. Remember, the middle, the start, is being held in this hand. So twisting, and then I roll it over, hold it down. Twist it, roll it over, and hold it down. Now the catch is that I've got to keep it tight. So that's why I'm holding it both here to keep it taut and here. And when I roll it, I'm grabbing it again so it doesn't become untwisted. Twist it clockwise or same direction, and then I take them both and rotate. Twist and rotate. Twist and rotate. Now, as I go, it gets longer. The end is getting longer and longer. And the cool thing about this is that they call this the reverse wrap method. So I'm actually twisting in this direction. I'm kind of twisting toward me, and then I'm taking it and reversing that and wrapping it over the other way. So twist toward me and then wrap over the other way. Twist toward me and wrap over, and keep trading that off. So the cool thing about this, like the way it works, is that every time I twist it, every time I do this, it's creating tension. There's tension, there's energy bound up in there. And when I let it go, it wants to unwrap. It wants to unroll and come undone, which is why I do it really tight. Because by creating that tight wrap, it wants to come out the other way. Like you can see it when I twist it and then let it go, it spins out the other way. So that's energy that's bound up in there. And so by twisting it and holding it, and then doing that again, and wrapping them on each other, what happens is where they come together, that in that spot, it actually wants to unwrap. But because both are trying to unwrap, they're pressing against each other, and it holds them in place. And the result is this whole thing is bound together. Like it doesn't come apart. The fibers are literally, one's trying to twist this way, the other one's trying to twist the other way, and they just bump into, it's going this way and it's going this way, and they just kind of the fibers lock into each other and hold in place. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to take a string, twisting it towards me, and then rotating it over here, grabbing it with those fingers, taking the next string, twisting it towards me, and then wrapping it over, twisting it towards me. Now another way that I sometimes do it is I'll actually twist it, make it really tight, wrap, twist, make the other one really tight, and then I take them both in this other hand and I'll spin them together on this side. And that's also pretty effective. And I can usually go a little quicker that way. So we've got this piece of cordage that's mostly done. You know, this was just a long piece like this that we had doubled over and then twisted into cordage like so. And we've got these two kind of ragged tails here, and so this is the moment when we splice. So splicing is super cool. It allows you to make any length of cordage that you want, and all you have to do is take another as yet corded length. So I went through and, you know, peeled off all of the pith, and I didn't do as great a job with this one, but I got the skin off of there enough to be ready to go. This is another little bit of dogbane that I double over, find the center. Now I'm going to take the center, and right here, now I'm going to take this tail and open it up, and right here, the center of this new piece, I'm going to insert it right in there, like kind of make a V, and then the V of this new one, the point, goes right in the middle. And let me get that piece of skin off of there. I'm going to put it right in the middle and match it up right in the center there. And now I just roll the tails of this run along either side of this, and that becomes your cordage, and then you just start cording just like you were doing before. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to make sure that I have both the tail from this piece and the new bound together and twist it. Twist it until it gets really tight. And hold that. Come over to the other tail and twist that as well until I get it really tight. And then, just like before, wrap it over. Hold that piece, take it, twist it towards me, wrap it over. Okay, so here we are again. We've got our length of cordage. This is the first piece. This is where the splice began, all the way down for our second piece and the two tails here. Now, what I'm going to do, here comes the third piece. Again, just another length of the dogbane with the inner hard pith and the outer skin removed. And I'm inserting it into the V here. Right, match it right up like that. Combined the tail to this extra length and start cording. So here we go. This should be the last length I need to get it long enough to test it out. So here we go. Alright, so here we are. We've got our cordage, roughly 9 inches long, and now's the time to test it. See if it's strong enough. So my first step is going to be to put a small bowline knot in the end, and I will show you how to do this. Like Oaks, I will show you how to do this on the first day of the program, so don't worry about getting that right. But it's a good knot, bowline knot. It essentially puts a little loop right in the tip. And bowline is short. It's a bow line. So if you were making the line for a bow and arrow. And now's the test to see if this will hold 15 pounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have a 15-pound weight right here. I'm going to wrap the string around the handle. And so this string, this little tiny string that doesn't look very strong, should be able to hold this weight. So you can see that the string is literally looped around. There's a little loop there. This tiny, thin little string, a 15-pound weight, is pretty heavy. And I'm going to test it to see if it will hold it. So here we go. Let's see what happens. And ta-da, 15 pounds. Nice. Really strong stuff. What is that? How, like, the thickness of that relative to my finger. It's so tiny, but it's so strong. It's so cool. So, you know, this is your challenge. It's not that hard, trust me. You can do it. I mean, if you were making this, you know, I talked about the bowline knot, that little loop. If you were making string for a bow, hunting bows, you're going to get over 50, the amount of pressure, it's like well over 50 pounds. Just if you were really hunting. And it's totally possible. So 15 pounds, that's not that hard really. Totally within your reach. So the last thing I want to say is that if you are feeling stressed out about this, about these challenges, please don't. I want you to practice. Like, you should practice. Read the list of challenges. There are 7 challenges. You might find some of them, you know, easier than others, but just practice them. If there's one that you're struggling with a lot, or if you're just feeling really anxious about it, call me. You know, you've got my number. Your parents have my number. Seriously, just call me up on the phone and we'll talk about it. And I'll give you some pointers, because we want you to succeed. So have fun, go practice, make some cordage, and I'll see you very soon.